Semiconductor investors, you're going to enjoy today's episode. We're going to take a closer look at some recent news impacting Intel, Nvidia, Apple, Samsung, and some other regulation news. So let's get started. Right, so first we're going to take a closer look at Intel. We can see Intel has become a favorite right now. Year to date, the stock is up 23.83%. Where just a few weeks ago, I think this was nearly flat for the year. But the stock has kind of shifted around with their very new data center solutions that is causing a lot of investors to be very excited, especially thanks to this AI wave. So most recently, we are hearing reports that Intel and their GPU products are booked in at TSMC. So we have, for those not familiar, Intel has their own GPUs. They have the Arc I believe, is the line of the current GPUs. And I want to say the price point is attractive, and more drivers are coming out that are getting this a better name than when it originally got released. But it does seem like Intel is focusing on continuing to release discrete GPU products for gamers and other kind of consumer markets. So the report has said that TSMC has reportedly won some very large production orders from Intel. The orders are not only for the next generation Battlemage graphics processing unit, but also for the follow-up Celestial architecture GPUs. And these are reported by Taiwan's Commercial Times, citing industry sources for its insider info. So according to the sources, Intel will launch the second generation Battlemage graphics chips in the second half of 2024 and will be built on TSMC's 4nm. Then the third generation, the Celestial graphics chips, will come out on 2026 and will be based on TSMC's 3nm processor. So I do believe Intel is smart to enter the GPU market, right? They are definitely creating solutions more for the data center market. These are more for the consumer products. So it's definitely going to be interesting because we do have some big players here. AMD and Nvidia are both very big in the GPU market, especially for consumers. So I definitely want to see how Intel does with these new products in the upcoming future. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to give too much hope on Intel here in the GPU side, at least for the consumer market. But I do believe it is important for them to continue to develop this technology as they can use what they learn here for their other solutions, other accelerators, maybe in the data center market. Before we go any further, I want to thank you for watching, and I need your help to reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. Also, if you want some fantastic insight into the semiconductor industry, join my other channel, Semiconductor Investing and More, where I use my electrical engineering background to break down the semiconductor market. Finally, I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode. Now let's take a closer look at a true GPU king, right? Nvidia. Nvidia is another one that is up a nice amount. Year to date, the stock is up 92%. It is insane. I have talked a little bit about how even though Nvidia is my number one position, I'm not too excited with how much it has run up in the past few months due to this AI hype, but to each their own. I have no intentions of selling, but I do understand that there is the risk of this company pulling back down. So there have been reports that Nvidia's RTX 4070 is expected to be released soon, and more importantly, to be retailed at $600. This is going to be a little bit more price consumer friendly. I'm pretty sure a lot of consumers are still going to be very angry at this $600 price point. But compared to the other prices that Nvidia has had, I believe over $1,000, this is definitely a little bit more welcoming in the consumer side. They do mention that the RTX, and one thing that I am excited is this kind of shows me that the bottom is somewhere here for the consumer market, because I do believe Nvidia, the main reason they release some of their high tier products first, the super expensive ones, are because those high tier products are the ones that are less likely to be impacted by your average consumers. Only your like true tech enthusiasts would buy those, and I don't think their buying opportunity or their buying wallet shifts too much, even with macroeconomic environments. I do believe a card like the RTX 470, priced at a more consumer-friendly price point, this is one that if it would have been released about 6-7 months ago, it would have not seen the same type of traction that it will see now. So I think Nvidia is very smart with how they're doing their card releases, and I'm super excited about this. It kind of gives me some confidence that the consumer market is kind of coming to a bottom to some extent. Obviously, things can change, but I believe this is a great sign. Next, we have this pretty cool article from Tech Power Up that Apple reportedly halted their M2 chip productions as Mac shipments tank. And these are reports from supply chain partners suggested that Apple cut off productions of their current generation M2 chips. Some partners even claimed that they received 0 M2 wafers from TSMCs during January and February, and that shipments have only resumed at half of the previous capacity in the month of March. So again, kind of going back to Nvidia, right, and kind of the consumer market, that Apple news was worrisome for January and February, because it does seem like the consumer market was a lot weaker then than it is right now, and that's why Apple is increasing the amount of wafers now they are sending to their partners. And again, it tells me that it kind of confirms with what I just said with Nvidia, that Nvidia also seems like there has been a bottom in the consumer market. Moving on to another topic, Japan will restrict the overseas sales of chip manufacturing equipment, joining the United States and Netherlands in curbing the export of key technology to China. The country announced Friday it would tie in exports of 23 types of advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment. So while many don't know Japan as a huge semiconductor equipment provider, they do have big companies like Nikon and Tokyo Electrons, which provide a nice amount of chip equipment. The final interesting news I have here for semiconductor investors is Samsung workers leak confidential data while using ChatGPT. So one thing that ChatGPT is great for is kind of helping improve code or fix code issues. The bad thing for ChatGPT is that information, we don't know what's going on with that information. Where is it stored? How is it being handled? How is it being kind of managed in forms of security? And unfortunately, Samsung workers made some crucial errors by leaking confidential source code of Samsung, right? So there might have been some engineers that were looking to fix a code. They put the whole code there in ChatGPT, and now no one knows what's happening with that information, right? Where is it due? So pretty interesting. I find it pretty weird that engineers are actually posting confidential information there. So I hope all you guys enjoyed that quick semiconductor investor episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.